What's up, people? So, I gotta cut my hair. I got the stereo headset and I'm gonna do some information on it. I haven't made a call on it, but I did listen to some music on it last night. I woke up in the middle of the night and I couldn't go back to sleep for a little bit. $20. I unboxed it, which y'all see the video. I'll put that at the end of here. I'm still in Texas. I wanted to address some things, so looks like they unloaded me here. I'm at Cisco. To address a couple things that I mentioned in the other video. So one of the things I talked about is I sleep till I wake up and I drive till I'm tired. Usually, and I'm not going to say, oh, I sleep like 15 hours. I do not. I normally sleep about 8 to 10 hours. Sometimes I wake up throughout the night, depending. And what I normally do is if I have a load, I set my clock. I mean, it's just like any other job. I do that. But if I'm extremely tired, Bill told me you sleep until you wake up. And the reason is because you see a lot of drivers who fall asleep at the wheel and then they turn the truck over. So that is not something I do. The other thing that I do is the other thing I wanted to address was, that's the other thing, JIT. So some people who are new to this are interested in coming to trucking. You have no idea what JIT is. Other drivers who are new to JIT, and maybe you don't do JIT, you don't know what JIT is. I'm going to give you Trucker Doll Shannon's view of what JIT is. So JIT stands for just in time, okay? And what I found when I first came into trucking is just in time drivers, at least with the starter company I was with, which was Swift. JIT drivers, a lot of them didn't take a lot of showers. They weren't the best smelling, and they were consistently people who were chasing money. Okay, they were chasing dollars, no ifs, ands, or buts about it. That is what they were doing. JIT drivers, man, I don't even know where they're going in. It was bad. It was, I just, and that's why I said, and they will, a good example of a JIT is those FedEx trucks you see, and a lot of times you see them spun out in the middle of the road in high winds and storms. To me, a JIT driver is somebody who likes adventure. They like risk. They basically will cut off their right hand to go, go, go. I will not be a JIT driver, and a lot of times they like this micro stuff. Okay, you got to be there right now. Okay, you know, and they're chasing money. They like that stress level of not me. That's why I'm very clear at any trucking company I'm going to. I am not a JIT driver. So basically, don't put me on a JIT fleet. Don't treat me as a JIT driver because I am not a JIT driver. I am a I won't wreck your crap driver. I'm going to utilize all the safety precautions, following distance, not, riding up on people's behind. Those things, I'm not driving to get, I will drive up until my hours are almost done, or at least 30 minutes to an hour before my hours are done. I don't, for the most part, I don't like, driving and doing all in risk. They like that. I'm not a risk person like that. Not out here. And the JIT, I don't like it. I hate that companies even use it. A lot of reason companies actually use the JIT, and I'm going to break this and I'll be right back. I got to turn my burrito over. A lot of reasons why most trucking companies use JIT drivers is just that. It's last minute loads. It's stuff that they've booked, and they've booked it very tight. Oftentimes, though, JIT, with some companies, I know with my old company, JIT was a, what is this now? JIT was a team thing. It was usually teams who they had do it. And I thought that was a better fit, because oftentimes if you have teams, then just-in-time is not something. But if you have solo drivers doing just-in-time, it's going to be extremely risky. In my humble opinion, extremely dangerous. I don't recommend JIT. It's not something I recommend at all. Yeah, I'm not the JIT driver, not me. So I even let them know when I got here. Me and her, when we had our come to Jesus meeting, I said, I'm not a just-in-time driver. I am a I won't wreck your crap driver, but I'm not a just-in-time driver. You know, so when you give me loads, you make sure that you have the time for me to get it there. I'm not going to take a lot of risks to get a load there, and you're not going to harass me. The other thing about companies doing that, get it there right now, it creates a stress level inside this truck, which is dangerous for the driver. It's dangerous. And, you know, it's sad because here's my view. This is a humble view. I think that if a driver goes to prison and they find out that the driver manager was doing all this other stuff, I think the driver manager should go to jail too. I think that you will find out that the behaviors of companies will change. I think there should be accountability inside the office as well. So if you do jail, so like for example, I know in the banks with all the fiascos that happen with the housing market and all these people doing all this illegal stuff, now if you're an inside employee, it doesn't matter what level you are, if they find out that you did anything to participate in the illegal activity, there's prison time, jail time, and personal financial accountability. That means your wages could be garnished for a very long time and be moved at home living on chump change. It is a different beast because of all the crap that happens. I think they need to do that in trucking. And it's just not suing the company. It's actually going after some of the internal employees as well. And if you do that, you will find behaviors will change. I believe behaviors will change as long as there is some repercussions. You know, you still will have people who still do crazy stuff because folks just like to do, some folks like to do some stuff that don't make sense. Hold on, y'all. You still gonna find that. It's gonna happen. It's not gonna be a choice. So, I'm gonna try to give it a little more time, see what I think, but I'm also gonna have my feelers out as well. I'm still gonna contact Jose's truckload company who he had told me about, because that's an option, and then Black Saint had hit me up with something which I might look into as well. I'm going to have those feelers because you always want to be ready. This is a trucker's market. That's why it kills me when these companies, you're not willing to change. You've got to change. You can't put your feet in the sand, well then you're going to have a driver shortage. Right now the number of companies that are offering sign-on bonuses is increasing, and they're offering large sign-on bonuses, not chump change. So I'm looking at I like to look at all things, and again, this is finding your fit. I'm trying to kind of hang in here, but we've got to see, because I've had some come to Jesus meetings, but if you don't change behaviors, new truck or no new truck, treatment to me, money to me, I said this in a previous video, money is a factor, but how you're treated and the human factor, those are huge. And, you know, like I said, it sits in my craw. I'll never forget, I was working for Conway. I was in Tennessee, as a matter of fact. And I was going to be delivering a load after that, I remember, to the Toyota factory, which is just up the street. I was at this facility. The guy was at the guard check, and he's on speakerphone, and they were talking to him like he was just it was a black guy. And and God forgive me, I believe it was a white woman on the phone. Woo, baby. I was like, oh my Lord, really? I was just like, really? And I would have hung up the phone, made arrangements to get my crap off that truck and park it. They could have put whatever the hell they want on my record. That treatment he got was just, I just couldn't believe it. She was talking to him like he was less than human. It to this day irks me. And I had almost an issue like that yesterday with one of the customer service reps, and I had to check this customer, Mr. Elliott. I had to check his ass yesterday, and just kind of give you some background on what happened. The load was, I told you, supposed to be, they had a pickup time at a beef factory from the 6th of April to the 8th of April by 0300. I did a swap in Brighton, Colorado with a gentleman for his empty, and he took my load on into Mile High. Okay. They sent me, while I was in sleeper berth, another pre-plan, and that pre-plan they sent me was the load that was supposed to pick up at 0300 in the morning. The thing was, I wouldn't have had hours coming back till like 11, 12 o'clock. I already planned to take a shower, everything. I was going to do that. I'm doing that before I leave, no matter what, because I was going on day 3 or 4 without a shower. I normally do showers every 2 days if I can, but I've been running so much with these company. And I told her, I said, I'm not the funky trucker, so we need to work something out. If I tell you I got to do laundry, we need to work that out. You know, I'm not in here being with no dirty clothes. And I've seen their drivers, and drivers are dirty because they're chasing money. No, you're going to deal with the human element for me. That's critical. Now, I don't know what to tell you about your other ones, and if that's how you want to represent your company, because that's also representing your company. Anyway, this young man told me, basically, they had to reschedule the load because they gave it to me late, and they had to reschedule delivery. Well, they wanted me to try to get it in by a certain time. I told her, I said, once I get off this U.S. highway, I can tell you, U.S. highways, they've got a lot of construction going on, a lot of small towns, and I don't drive U.S. highways crazy because they will ticket you, but also the roads are bad. Some of the roads on U.S. highways are bad. So, and I was tired. I'm lying. I told her, I said, I'm exhausted, so if we can do a reset, we can reset, swap it out. She decided to take me off the swap board. Okay, I'll take the load in. You don't have to swap it, but it might not get there when you want it there because I told you I'm tired. And when I'm tired, I drive a certain way. My faculties are higher because I now have to slow down because I have to be cognizant that I'm making up for the difference of being tired. This young man, the CSR, which I don't understand why A, CSRs are calling me, B, CSRs are sending me direct messages. At my other company, any messages I pretty much got were from dispatch, maybe planning. I really never dealt with customer service too much. Everything went through my dispatch manager. They basically gonna tell me, okay, I've set the appointment for this time, and when you get there early. So the appointment was for 10:30 at HEB, okay? 10:30. At HEB, I'm going to tell you, grocery chains are normally strictly appointment only. They don't load or unload you early, usually not at all. And if you get there early, you're going to be sitting and waiting, okay? I don't have as many hours on my clock, so I'm managing my clock. This young man's going to try to tell me, or young male, because he might be not a man, he's going to try to tell me get there at 8 o'clock in the morning for a 10:30 appointment and bug them to put me in a door. I'm not doing that because of your bad planning. And I was like, oh, okay, whatever. I didn't get there until right before my appointment time. I got there like 10:15, whatever. And when I got there, they had somebody, the gentleman had fallen asleep in the door. He drove 18 hours to get there, which means he's probably owner-op and he's fudging his records. He drove 18 hours, supposedly, and just was passed out in the back bunk to get to HEB. Now, I get there and this little young guy's going to come back to me all snarky because I said I'm waiting for a doctor. Well, that's what happens when you get there 8 minutes till or whatever it is. You know, that's why I told you to be there. Who the are you talking to? This is all on the quote. It's all written. All of this is written. So I went back to him because I don't really care, guys. I went back to him and I said, first of all, this is what happens when you have bad load planning. It has nothing to do with me. This is what happened when you pass out loads late. It has nothing to do with me. Secondly, this is a grocery chain, and I called. They are appointment only. So I'm not going to come here at 8 o'clock in the morning, be up in there bugging these people, trying to get them in the dock door because you guys did not plan your stuff correctly. And the other reason was he wanted me to get to this place, this other stop, yesterday. He wanted me to get to 2 stops yesterday. I'm not doing all that. I don't have a problem getting to the stops yesterday if they get this done, but I'm not going to this customer and harass. I've seen truckers do it, and all it does is make your stuff take longer, and it's total insanity. I'm not doing that because you're not planning your stuff right, and I have it all in writing here on this Qualcomm. All this, y'all won't believe. I'm gonna try to take pictures of it. I don't even care. So I might not put it in this video. I might put it in another video. So that is, you know, I'm not going to do that. And I had to check him, and then he going to come off snarky. And I told him, checkmate. You jacking with the right one. You're talking crazy to the right one. So then, I forgot, he said something else, and then I came back to him. I said, I'm going to pray that you have a better day. Because obviously you are sitting up here talking to drivers crazy. We should not be disrespected by you. If you do not like your customer service position, then you sound like you may have enough intelligence to go do something else. Checkmate. Like I told you, I'm not the one. You're not going to talk to me crazy. You're sitting in an office. Everything you're sitting on, the computer, the chair, everything you're using was bought in by the people out here busting their ass away from their family, away from their home, and you got the nerve to talk to them like they're less than you? Please. And you're a customer service rep? Extra please. I've done customer service from being a rep to management, and I'm going to tell you right now, you're no better than anybody else. If anything, you should have some respect because of how you're treated. Get the hell out of here with that bull crap. So anyway, that's part of what took place here yesterday. I had to put my driver manager on block because what happens, and it's not that I don't like her, so I want to get some clarity. She gets, I guess what she's telling me, they're screaming at her from planning and from customer service because the customers, that's your office stuff on how you guys handle your stuff. That's because of your bad planning. All that would not be happening if you had better planning. I'm just saying. So then you guys need to go back and look at how you're working your stuff and look at the number of trucks you have. Look at how you're pre-planning your loads. Look at how you're scheduling your loads. Look at how you're booking your loads. Looking at the time frame which you're giving your loads. And if you have short-term loads, then maybe you need a JIT fleet of team drivers. And let those team drivers get this last-minute stuff that you decide to book to the locations, possibly on time. But anyway, guys, 2 and 2, I'll be doing a review of a comparison between the stereo Bluetooth, which I showed you. I showed the case too. What I don't like is that the mic is over here. Okay, I don't like, and you cannot turn it that way. Because on my other headset, which you guys will notice, I always wear it over here, and I like my mic over here. This is the only thing, you have no choice but to wear the mic over here. I don't like that. And all the controls are on the right. I guess they presume that everybody's right-handed. I like the fact that it should give me the option to right or left-handed. Because like I said, I like to wear mine this way. The only reason I went ahead and got these, I love the sound on the one ear, so I ended up getting those. Anyway, guys, 2 and 2, I'm gonna eat my breakfast burrito. Looks like I'm already unloaded. They'll probably be calling me here in a minute. Peace. Alright, y'all. I got the S450 XT. This is the stereo headset. I have the one ear one. I know that's not share. That's better. I got the one ear one, but this is S450. Love's had this on sale. Well, the price is, I think, $179. I had about maybe $12, $13 in Love's points, and then there was a $20 gift card. So I wanted to get it while it was on sale. My next truck purchase is probably going to be the Garmin dash cam, and it'll tie into my GPS. It has a port for it. So I'm going to get that, and then I have some other things I'll get. I'll talk about that in a minute because I have a list of things I want to get for the truck. Whether this one or another one, but that's what it is. So I'm going to kind of unbox this a little bit with you. I already kind of looked at it, but I haven't opened it all the way. So what I do like about this opposed to the one earpiece, it comes with a case. So let me see if I can. Yeah, I'll try to get it open. Okay, hold on. Yeah, come on. Hold on, y'all. Y'all didn't see me do it this way. Trying to do it one hand is hard. Alright, so that's the inside of it. And it comes with a carrying case, which I like. I'm going to try to do our one-handed thing again. Hold on, y'all. And that's the inside of the case. So I haven't tested it out. You guys are actually seeing it because most I did was see that it was in here. You have to get approval for the $20 gift card, so I was waiting to make sure everything approved. It did approve. And then the last thing is I'll get an email here, I think tomorrow, that tells me how to go ahead and get the card. They have to go through a process. You register. I registered everything online through my phone, but everything's here. I mean, all the cabling is the same. The only thing is you get this case. So I want to see the difference. I am a fan of Blue Parrot. Blue Parrot is the main headset I use. I had the old 250 one, which was probably one of their best headsets ever. The sound is so phenomenal on the one ear one. I always wanted the stereo one because I figured it must be phenomenal for music. so I can use it as two-way. So actually I have 3 of these. My truck's kind of a mess right now. Up in the front, right there, there's one. Here's one. This is the one, y'all see the duct tape on there. That's the one that was broken, and that's the warranty replacement up there. And then I just got this one. So I'm Bluetoothed out. I did not go with Blue Tiger. I went with Blue Parrot. My experience with Blue Tiger was when I was in training with TV Watcher. We were at a TA, and they had a gentleman there who had a kiosk. He was selling Blue Tiger. And he refused. I guess they had a promo where they had given hats the week before, and he still had a bunch of hats in the back. I was going to do the Blue Tiger, and I was like, dude, you know, I'll go ahead and buy one. They didn't have them. They had camo, and I'm not a camo person. I said, look, I'll buy the stereo camo from you right now. Throw in the hat. He wouldn't do it. So I was like, oh, okay. You know, you're going to lose a sale for just under $200 because of a hat that you were giving away free the week before. So I was like, oh, thank you. And I just was stuck with Blue Parrot. So I'm happy with Blue Parrot. I like the new Blue Parrot. I'll tell you more about this one, and I'll probably do a comparison between this 450 and what is this one? This one is, I think this is this one. Hold on. This is the B450, and this is the S450. So stereo, and then the center. So y'all see the 2 differences. And this is exactly the same as the one up there. Only thing is, I think I need to update the software in that one. This one has, the one up front has newer software, and you do update software for it. So anyway, guys, be blessed. 212. I'll talk about this more tomorrow. I'm just kind of up. I woke up in the middle of the night, had to tinkle, and got to get on the CPAP because I had it. I laid in the bed and fell asleep. So I'm going to set the alarm on my phone, and then I'll upload this probably sometime tomorrow and go over more details and talk about it. I might play with it for a few minutes here and then crash back out. Peace, y'all.